Here we go. I got a song for us.
Slap, 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 slap. I roll with the killers and thugs. On the block, we be doing them drugs. On the block, we sending them slugs. Oh, y'all niggas, my kids and my cubs. And y'all bitches, my bitch out of slush. I come from the trenches, the slums. I can't go nowhere without gripping my gun. Don't fuck with them niggas. Them niggas is
What?
bitches. They not really with it.
What?
I went to official. I handle my business. I'm outside. Let's get it. I'm outside. Let's get it.
I'm outside. Let's get it. I'm outside. Let's get it. I'm outside. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Cash Cobain, Double XL. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Who else? This is the Rhythm and Rhymes podcast. I'm your host, AJ Hughes. I'm here with my co-host, Antonio Hughes. We're the bridge. You know what I'm saying? We're connecting Black music globally. Antonio, how you doing?
Yeah, that was it. I didn't even know that was Cash Cobain. I'm
you ain't see it? It just dropped.
No, I didn't watch no XXL freestyles this year. I'm planning on watching Scarlet's for sure. That's probably one of the only ones I'm gonna watch. Because I feel like she'll have something to say for real. But I haven't watched anything XXL. But either way, I'm doing.
Cash Cobain tweeted, "My XXL freestyle trash. Not gonna lie, or I don't care." And then it came out, and I listened to it, so I had to bring it to y'all. This week we're getting into. Is African music, is Afrobeats getting watered down now that it's popular everywhere, right? I feel like we've had a lot of conversations on here regarding like Afrobeats coming over, different types of music coming over to America, and the potential for them to get assimilated or watered down, or sort of like, I don't even want to say we're gentrifying it, but I remember when Burna Boy's last album came out and he was wearing the Timbs, he was in New York, he was using the samples, you know what I'm saying? He's using American things in his music. And the perspective that I see online from a lot of Africans is that they not digging that for real. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Shensia effect. Like when Shensia came over here and they're like, you're not really doing the stuff you were doing to get popular. What made me think of this was Rema's new album, Heist. I think that's how you pronounce it, Heist. 11 songs, something way different. But I want to get into these interview clips, and then I want to ask you what you thought about the album and the clips.
For, in different intervals that I'm going to drop my different albums, I feel like this one is more raw.
Yeah.
It's more raw, it's more local. It's like a reset, taking Afrobeat back to what it was, from the beats to the lamba, to the vibe, the flow, simplicity, even in the mixing, the dirtiness,
Yeah, you wanted something which was more maybe
raw and organic, because I feel like with the success that has, come to Afrobeats, I feel like it's slowly changing our perception of the sound, I know not to shade anyone, but everyone is, chasing something that the whole world can enjoy, in as much as they are doing what they love. But I feel like with the success that has come, I feel like we're listening to the voices of the world too much, and we gotta listen to the voice back home, to just essence of where I'm from. I don't want that to change. Like my boys would tell me, no go over Yankee. Over Yankee means don't when you leave Nigeria, don't over digest what's out here, because that's not what started your hunger. That's not what built your perception of sound. That's not what like blew you up to be out here, living a life, chilling, enjoying the fanciness of fame,
What did you think of the clips and sort of how I introed it in terms of it getting Americanized?
I definitely agree with you that there are some artists right now that have been trying to cater to a more American sound. I feel like that's come with, like everybody has said, it's come with the growth of it in America, more people from Africa coming to America, those types of things. I think that they're trying to catch that audience and capture that audience while they have their attention. So I can definitely see that happening. I think what he said in the interview is kind of like, maybe I need to go listen to more older Afro beats. Maybe I need to go listen to more stuff. I definitely can see how he's saying it had a dirtiness to it, a rawness to it, a really like just raw African feeling to the music. But I feel like his album, maybe to me, didn't really reflect that. I feel like he was trying to go
The new
somewhere
one?
different. Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm saying maybe I'm just uninformed and I haven't heard much old Afro beats to be able to point to that. But I can definitely say I felt like he was trying to do something else. I felt like he was playing into the whole rock thing, and he was also playing into the like the villain role and like that type of thing. And I think musically, I don't know. I think I need to go listen to more older Afro beats and
You
be able to give a better.
I was gonna say the ironic part is I was thinking the same thing as you. Shout out Joey Atkin, you know what I'm saying? Love to have you up here at some point. But he tweeted something where he said he loved the album. I guess elementary ears in terms of Afro beats was thinking like it reminds some of the songs reminded me of like I feel like I was hearing a log drum. So I'm like, oh, some of this sounds sort of on my piano esque. But when he tweeted something like he loved the album, and he's been talking about how he is really kind of against the Nigerian log drum Afro on my piano wave. He doesn't like the mix as much because it all sounds the same. And so I said something like, oh, I'm interested that you actually like this music. And he was like, go search Fuji music, like go listen to it. Cause he's referencing a lot of older sounds in this project. Like us, the average consumer of Afrobeats hasn't heard yet. Cause a lot of it has been under we talk about the dembo rhythm on here all the time, but the dembo rhythm is like think about a Omale album like Boy Alone. Like the beat structure of those is like that's the beat pattern everybody's using right now. And so in this interview, I would encourage you to go watch it. But he's talking about like the artists he went back to listen to, the older stuff he went back to listen to, and a lot of them I'm going to start bringing here every week. I'm bringing back the music history stuff, but yeah, it was dope to see that because one of my African friends send me older African music all the time, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like the new stuff. It's like way more instruments, way more production. And I think with this album, he definitely like he got me. I'm not gonna lie. So, what did you think of the album overall?
I thought it was pretty good. I would definitely say I almost turned it off after the first three songs. Like after I heard the after I heard that on like an actual like within the flow of the album, as we like to say, I almost wanted to just how people shut their laptop really hard. That's what I wanted
Yeah,
to do, right? Yeah. So I was sitting there like, what is he doing? But then I remembered that Lucky Day album, and I was like, I need to listen to this whole thing. So then I got to song 4, and 4 through 11 to me were great. Like I love the album. I think the rest of it sounded really good. I feel like artists need to have better like God, sentences are beating me this week. Artists need better A&Rs because of the fact that they're not, I feel like they don't know how to structure their albums in the right way. Like I feel like these are the first 3 songs are the weakest songs on the album,
I would
like
agree.
sound
I would
wise.
agree.
Yeah, like sound wise and like punch wise. Like in the first part of your album, it's almost like making a video. Like you got to put your best foot forward. Like you should come out with a haymaker. And I felt like he came out with a baby jab. Like it just wasn't nothing. And I feel like after that, he really got into like the quality of Rema. Like, and I feel like I want to go back and listen to more of the older stuff just so I can understand where he was coming from on this and like what these older African sounds were. Cause like you were saying, elementary years, I'm still getting used to Afro beats. I'm still newer to the genre and I want to be more informed about it. So I think this was a good album though.
That's a good point because I didn't even think about the sequencing of this. The first single off of this was I think it was Benin Boys. That's a bop. And then the next single was the He He song. And I think those are the two singles. And then Yayo is the single that's leading with the album. Like that's the one they're pushing. That's the one that had a video to it. But the first 3 songs are like my least favorite. I would agree with you on that. 4 through 11 very strong. I would say my favorite song on here Ozeba. Ozeba is my favorite song. And then I would say Villain after that. What's your
Bro,
favorite song?
Ozeba has been played in my car at least 50,000 times at this point. And I was looking for what song I thought it sounded like. And I believe that was Eyes on Me by Skepta. But like how it came on at first, it reminded me of that like beat pattern, that structure. And I went back and listened to both back to back. And I was like, I feel like I'm on to something with this. But that song is absolutely insane. And then
Yeah, like they speak different than us, so like rapping is a bit different. I always talk about how I like Burna Boy rapping. There was a couple times on here where he had like a 3-4 bar. I was like, that was kind of cool. Like on that one, like the flow he has on there is so weird and so like unorthodox. He come, huh, huh, I'm that nigga, huh, father figure, huh. I was like, hey. I was like, I'm these niggas' dads, but that's what he said. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, that's hard. That's hard. It was a couple of times that on this project that I felt like that. Um, but yeah, we'll see where he goes. Personally, this was one of Odumodu Black's weaker performances, in my opinion. I'm a huge Odumodu Black fan, but I wasn't. The song was good. After I listened to it a couple of times, I'm like, I can mess with this, but it wasn't. This wasn't, Declan Rice. This wasn't Wodo Wodo seasoning. It wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Circling back to the Americanized topic, I would say that both are needed, and this is why I would say that. Just because for the untrained ear, for the American that Zaria thought Burna Boy was from the Bahamas. For the person who just has no idea where these people are from, what type of music they're making, has no point of reference, like a City Boys could still slap for them. And for me, like I wanted to look back and think about which songs introduced me to Afrobeats and what they would be categorized as, right? Like Peru was the first Afrobeat song where I was like, yeah, I mess with this. Yeah, by Burna Boy was also an early one where I was like, okay. And those two are, I would say, like Fireboy DML's accent isn't as thick as like a Burna, a Shali Poppy, Ashake. So you can understand it a bit better. They put him next to Ed Sheeran. So that did well. They put him next to 21 Savage and Blast. So it's like it wasn't too far off of a point you could understand it. But I think both are needed because people who aren't looking to dive into like maybe the more deep cut Afrobeat stuff have to be introduced in some way. And for me, like once I was introduced, then I started diving into the older stuff, the stuff that didn't sound like everything else. So I think both are needed because one is a lot more, I guess, culturally inviting to the places these people are from, but to foreign audiences, it's like this is why Burna Boy is the biggest Afrobeats artist in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? This is why WizKid travels. I mean, I think WizKid's the GOAT, but right now Burna Boy is the hottest and he's the biggest right now, right? But I think those are the two biggest artists in the space, and they have enough. I don't even want to say American swag, but we get it. You know what I'm saying? Culturally, we get it over here. And so I think like for the genre as a whole, you still need that stuff.
yeah, I think another thing I would add to that is like the simpleness of the song structure. Like I feel like one of my first early ones, and I feel like a lot of people's first early ones was Calm Down by Rema. And I feel like that is a very simply structured song. Yeah, it's a very simply structured song. It's easy to sing along to. Peru and yeah, I put a lot of that on Ed Sheeran being on that song. Like you see the white boy, they go flock. But but either
I
way,
could have done
yeah.
without him. I could have done without him if we're being honest. Like I listened to the 21 Savage and Blast one before I listened to that one. And personally, I don't think 21 Savage sounds good on that song. But whatever. Favorite songs of 2024. I tried to make a top 10. I tried to do 1 to 10. It's impossible. And let me tell you why. Because as albums come out, new songs come into rotation. Older songs will stay, but as I'm listening to new stuff, certain stuff gets more play. So some of these, it was like I listened to a lot of it early on in the year, but some of it I'm not really listening to as much now. But I'm still like, this is one of the better songs of 2024. So I'm gonna let you start, and then I'm gonna finish off with what I have, and it's probably more than 10. But go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk about this, but the first song I'm gonna mention is Euphoria. Euphoria is my shit. K. K. Dot, okay, Lamar, whatever. But I'm gonna let you talk about it. Blue Slides by Schoolboy has been one of my most replayed songs of the year. I would not be surprised if it was top 3 this year. Like, it's literally, I love the beat on there. I feel like the whole jazz cadence of certain rap songs that we were talking about, I think that like shined through on this. I feel like his flow on this was crazy. I love this song. Ozeba by Rema, we talked about it 20 seconds ago. So I'm gonna just say this is gonna be one of the top 5 songs in my in my most listened to this year. Blame by Lucky Day and Teddy Swims, won't spend that long on that either. Have spoke about it to nauseum. I feel like this is one of the best R&B songs to come out this year. Their performance from both of them was insane. I feel like Teddy Swims brought out a different side of Lucky Day on this. Stand Tall by Rhapsody, also another crazy verse from her. Her album was crazy, but this was probably my favorite single that came out off this album. It was crazy. I feel like the beat is super like simple and almost like ominous in a way. It's like it's really like low and different to me, but it's something that I haven't stopped listening to. So shout out to her. Back Outside, Anisha and Lotto. This is also another song in my top 10 most listened to this year. I loved Anisha's flow on this. This put me on to her, honestly. And I loved how Lotto sounded on this as well. Like, I feel like this song is one of the better songs to come out of rap this year. It's been one of the ones I hear in the club a lot. I hear it out a lot. I hear people playing it. So it's one of those for me. Outside off of Bryson Tiller. I love how Bryson came on this record. Pause. I feel like I feel like it was the cadence of it was really crazy. There's other songs I will point out here that I really like, but this one was just very quality to me. No Chill by P&D. This was further solidified when I got to hear the sped up version this weekend because I hadn't heard it. But that was one of the songs that sounded really good sped up. So I was like, okay, I could see this. And then like the normal version is also crazy. Suitcase Full of Memories is another one for me. I mentioned, I don't remember what the EP was called, but I mentioned this probably 10, 15 pods ago at this point. But she had came out, Tia Gordon had came out with EP. It was a 4-pack. There was really quality songs on there, but I'm always going to be a big R&B fan. And the way her songwriting on this and then the actual beats of this was crazy to me. And then just some honorable mentions: County Time, Babyface E, really good storytelling record. Guy from Detroit, shout out him, been loving his music. Ice Attack, Future and Metro, absolutely crazy beat switch on here. Everybody got to go retap into that song. And then you know who I'm going to mention last, that boy J. Cole, Traded Truth and Ibiza. I'm not letting it go. Everybody go listen to that album.
That song comes up every week. Somehow it comes up. Yo, Traded Truth and Ibiza. Traded Truth. Yo, I'm actually surprised you clicked on the sped up version. If I see a sped up version of a song, I don't even click on it. You might actually get deleted from my Spotify that way. Like, I might just go unfollow you if you're doing that too much. Like,
I felt like that until I went and tried the Mix It program, and then I started speeding stuff up, and I was like, I can see why they do this, because some stuff, I feel like there is certain songs where it's like this would be crazier at a higher cadence or a lower cadence. Like, that's kind of why I like the chop and slop thing too a little bit.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Also, there was one more thing on here. Oh, I was surprised you had Outside off of that project. Out of all the, like, there were so many songs on there. I feel like if I had to pick one, it probably would have been Whatever She Want or Chow. Those, No Thank You.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. All the songs on that album to me were quality, but I just feel like this is one of the ones that one isn't getting mentioned very much, and I feel like people should go give it a second listen. And I feel like it's gonna be one of my more played songs. Like, I feel like this whole album is gonna be in my top 100 this year. But
Yeah,
yeah.
valid. Bryson Tiller did a good job. He was Back Outside. And last on your album, on your list, I would say I need to go listen to the Schoolboy Q album because I haven't made it all the way through yet. I just keep seeing people talk. It's one of those things where everybody's talking about it and you're just like, shut up. It's like, like, I'm going to get to it when I get to it. And so I'm going to finally get to it. You guys have beat me down, like beat my door down. And I just, like, I have to try it. Ozeba. You picked the song that came out recent, and I'm glad you did that because now I can do mine with Chest. Here are my top 10, no particular order. Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar. How long can I spend on this? I could spend a whole podcast talking about like y'all haven't been able to really realize how much of a Kendrick Lamar stan I am. I just don't use my Twitter account like everybody else. But trust me, in real life, if you catch me, I'm just like them. I'm probably worse. You know what I'm saying? But this song, I was listening to it earlier today, and I was just like, bro, there's still bars on here that I catch myself saying all day. What is it? The braids? I'm what the culture feeling. Yachty can't give you no swag either. I don't give a fuck about you. Like those, I'm like, yo, these are hard. Like that song is hard. Like even harder to be than No Like Us. Not Like Us. Even though that's probably Song of the Summer. We haven't talked about Song of the Summer yet, but I'm gonna give it some more time. But yeah, Euphoria is probably my favorite more than Not Like Us. Um, so maybe I would say probably that's the song of the year so far, for me. But we'll see. I'm gonna get into the rest. Goodbye, Warm Up, Ira Star, Asha K. Asha K has been smoking features recently. This beat is crazy. And Ira Star skated on this mug. Like this is the perfect way to start an album. Like how you were talking about earlier. It's not the first track, but it's the second track. And this, like they both skated on this. Turn Me Up, Thames, just from the fact that her voice is so crazy on there and she's doing things with her voice that I've never heard anybody do with their voice in my life. You know what I'm saying? Take that with a grain of salt. I'm still young. Uh, but still, like I love that song. I listen to it a lot. Wadabusa, Uncle Waffles, my on my piano bag. You know what I'm saying? I was honestly gonna have more of that on here, but this one is a good representative because it gets the most run for me. The visuals with this one are crazy. Etouffee, Vince Staples. That beat is nuts. That beat is nuts. That the TikTok dude, I always forget his name. Jay Versace, Mike Hector, and somebody named Antoine. Them three dudes, y'all killed that beat. And Vince Staples came in there kind of crazy too. The hook is just okay to me. Like I don't like when they stack vocals sometimes, but the rest of the song is great. The way the beat start and then the scratching at the end, like the DJ quick scratching, like bro, it's ridiculous. Shout out Mike Hector. Um, Keep a Place, Shensia. I was not all the way sold on Shensia on her last project, but on this project, I'm gonna come in here and talk about this last album a little bit more one day. But this song on here, vocally, up there with Turn Me Up. She does some really crazy stuff on this song. More of a reggae type of bounce, more of a reggae bounce on this one, but really a song nonetheless. This is the song I was referring to that just came out. Karma, heady one. If you know, you know. I'm gonna tag it at the end of this video. Y'all can go watch it again. We almost at 30 minutes. God damn. Rewind, blast, feed. Y'all know what it is. Come take a shot with me tonight. That's a little bop. Album come out this weekend. I'm excited. I love this song. Those Days, Jada Kingdom. It's a sample, or I don't know if it's a sample or what is it called? Interloop or interpolation. It's one of those, but it's a song. It's a song by Sizzla. Just one of those days. There's one, but she smoked it. She smoked it. The thing about Jada Kingdom, people forget she could rap. She could really write. Like when she had that little back and forth with Stefan Don, people remembered. She killed Shensia back in the day. They had like a little back and forth, but she knew how to R&B soft, love making music. But her pen on here is crazy. I love this song. And last, Okay by JT. If you know, you know. I'm going to the JT concert next week. JT, Jeezy, Plies, Rob 49. They're coming to Jax. Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. Uh, yes. I got my shirt too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Honorable mentions. Still in the Mud, Unknown T. Grime song, he skates on this. He skates on this. The beat, like for me, grime rappers are so much more impressive. Like, and I know you're not supposed to like the whole thing about Eminem is he's a rapidy rap ass nigga. A rapidy rap ass rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the lyrical schemes. But some grime artists, the speed at which they're rapping, I don't understand it. And Unknown T for me has such an unorthodox flow. And this was one of the last songs on the album, and I feel like one of the least listened to. Crazy song. Santa, Russian, Ira Star, Raul Alejandro. I like it because it's a crossover between Spanish. It's actually crazy because you got Puerto Rican, Nigerian, and then Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. And then all of S2 by Wizkid. I'm almost done. You got to cut the coughs out. All of S2 by Wizkid is 4 songs. He's the king of I'm gonna drop in the last week of the year and then let y'all marinate with this over the year. It came out in December 20 something of 2023, but I'm counting it for 2024, just like I did his album last year. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have a standout single on there. It's just 16 minutes of vibes. You know what I'm saying? But that's where I'm at.
Okay, okay. I could definitely say, let me scroll back up, my bad. Goodbye by Arya Star and or Ira Star. I always mess that up. And Ashake, crazy song. I'm like how you are with the Schoolboy album, I am with the Vince Staples album. I've listened to it, but I don't feel like I've dissected it enough, bro. Yeah, I need to listen to it more. And the last thing I'm gonna say something about is Euphoria. Yo, look, when Euphoria came out, I thought the battle was over right there. It wasn't the what is it, the braids? It wasn't the hey Top Dog, who the fuck they think they playing with? It was the fact that he came on them superpowers getting neutralized. I was like, this is over. I was like, this is cooked. I was like, Drake is done. He can't mess with Kendrick. And one thing I heard about that this weekend was that Kendrick sat there with every single song, every single video, every single moment, and acted like it was one of his albums. Like he put the same time and attention and detail. Like attention to detail is really important with Kendrick. I want y'all to remember that. But that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it's one of those crazy tracks. It's amazing. But let us know what y'all favorite songs were. What songs were we missing? You know what I'm saying? I was going back and there was a couple of them. I'm like, dang, I forgot that even came out this year. And a lot of stuff for me, like a lot of stuff float back from last year. You know what I'm saying? A lot of 2023 stuff has made my rotation. That's why I
Yeah.
leave it.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of albums in 2023 that needed more burn or needed more time for people to listen to them, for people to really understand the scope of where they were, what they were trying to get across. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get into this last topic. I'm gonna briefly go over these new music stuff. We can get into that, and then we out of here. You know what I'm saying? Dice is looking to sell a stake of its company for reportedly hundreds of millions of dollars. Shout out to Music Business Online worldwide. Once again, your sponsor could go here. Read this article. And if you don't know, Dice is a London based ticketing platform with over 55,000 artists, 10,000 venues across 30 cities in 2023, right? That's how much they had in 2023. I've used Dice a couple of times. I don't know if you have. I used it to go to the Skilly Band concert in New York. I used it to go to the rooftop party I went to in London. And then I used it to go to an event in New York. You know what I'm saying? And they were in obscure venues, but the reason that, and I'm going to get into this later, but the reason that they were in weird venues sometimes is because Live Nation has these exclusivity deals with a lot of the venues. You know what I'm saying? Which is why the whole monopoly situation is happening. To give you some more background on Dice, Dice has raised more than $200 million in funding, right? SoftBank, the iPod, and the iPhone co-inventors. Wait, the iPod inventor and the iPhone co-inventor, Tony Faddles, Future Shape, they invested in this, and then Bill K. There was a lot of investors from overseas with big money. Let's just say that. And SoftBank is looking to sell its stake of Dice, and it's speculated to be for hundreds of millions of dollars. And I feel like even though they have a ton of like proof, they've been generating a ton of revenue thus far. The reason that they're looking to sell now, one, and two, that is being valued at such a high rate is because they about to bang Live Nation over the head. We talked about on here before how the Department of Justice is coming down with a monopoly antitrust suit. They started that in May. And I feel like for them to take this position and to bet so heavily into a platform like Dice, I think the reasoning for that is they're gonna break Live Nation up. Everybody's expecting them to break Live Nation up, meaning either the ticketing platform and the concert venue promotion are going to get split up, or what I think is going to happen is they're going to make sure that they can't have these exclusivity deals with all of these venues. And the reason that that's a problem, right? So, do you know what an exclusivity deal is? Okay, exclusivity deal. Let's say United Center, right? Live Nation has a deal with United Center saying that they can only sell tickets to events through Live Nation, meaning that Live Nation has a portion of every single ticket ever sold in the United Center for any event ever. And they can't go through any other promoters, right? So like, let's say Lyrical Lemonade wanted to do a show with the United Center. They couldn't do it anywhere but Live Nation to sell tickets. You know what I'm saying? And that limits a lot of people's profits because they gotta take a cut and they get to control pricing and yada yada yada. Right? If they get rid of the exclusivity deals, whoever has the access and the capital can then go throw shows at a lot of these venues through platforms like a Dice. The thing that makes Dice so appealing to a lot of artists and a lot of promoters and people who throw events is that it's the UI is easy. It's easy to use, right? Buy a ticket, email, you scan the ticket, like the timing mechanism they use to scan the ticket, all of that stuff. So it's very user friendly. And so I see Dice in a position to compete with Live Nation in the next 3 to 5 years, depending on how long this case takes. This is really the only reason I brought this up. They also own Boiler Room, which I thought was interesting because I fuck with the Boiler Room sets. But I think this is dope to see because it's going to alter what tickets cost. Once there's more players in there, competition comes in, it's going to drive the price of tickets back down because I feel like the price of tickets is going up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Like the price of tickets has been up, and I agree with you that it'll probably end up people will have to drop their prices so that they can gain back market share when it comes to this when Live Nation breaks up. Because I think it's gonna happen. Like I think they're really gonna come down on them, like you said. But it's funny that you talked about Lyrical Lemonade because that's actually where I bought my ticket was on Dice for Lyrical Lemonade. So I think it'll also release a lot of power back to the artists as well. Like I feel like they'll have more say in even how much their shows cost or how much like what venues they can perform in. Because I even remember when I saw Young Nudie too. I'm pretty sure I got that ticket off Dice, and he was even saying like this venue's a little smaller, like it was a different type of venue. It was almost like in like a back like a weird street on Chicago and a weird shop. But yeah, I think this is gonna be crazy. Like I'm gonna be tapped into this because I feel like Live Nation is public right now, right? Isn't Live Nation a public company? Yeah. So I feel like that'll push Dice into that position to become a public company. You know where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
Take my money.
I definitely do agree with you that it'll give more artists power because I didn't know this stuff for real. Like this stuff started coming up to me around the same time La Russell started doing the backyard venue stuff. Part of the reason he started doing that is because a lot of these venues, even outside of Live Nation, like even if it was an independent venue, the promoters there were like gouging him for prices. They would control the price of the door and stuff like that, which I just thought was kind of crazy to begin with. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. Shout out Dice. You know what I'm saying? I had an interview with Dice a little while ago. It was a dope company, but it was for like when I was moving to Miami and stuff like that. But I'm interested to see what markets they move into next. New music very quickly. I got two things. And then the Big Sean freestyle, which I haven't heard yet, but I want to hear your thoughts about it. Are You Listening by Taves? Didn't know who this was, right? So Benson has a label, and this is his artist, right? And he's in a joint venture with Benson and Warner Records. Had never heard any of his music before, but he was on Benson's last album, and Benson is on this EP, so it made me go listen, right? And I want to play some of the intro just so you know where the vibe is at because it'll make a lot of sense once you hear it.
Baby, it's a bad romance, so no, we couldn't never be. And I know we don't stand a chance, so but still now you all want to see. You want to look at me, and I know no send me, cause I know it's a bad romance, so but still now you all want to see.
I said if Benson had a child, this would be it. This was this is Benson's bag, bro. This is Benson's bag. And so like once I heard this, I was like, okay, I trust it. And this project is actually really good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I've had it on replay for the last 3 days. My favorite song on there is either Bad Romance or where is this at, bro? Bad Romance or A Million Things, which is a TSB. Oh wait, no. That one's produced by P Prime. We're gonna talk about P Prime next week. But TSB has a song on here. It's which one is it, bro? Maybe I'm clicking the wrong one. TSB has a song on here too. He's from London. He does a lot of stuff. He did a lot of the last J Hus album. He's done some stuff with Nux. So he's a well-known producer. But this is a nice little, less than 20-minute EP. So if you're looking for something to listen to real quick, Afrobeat style, this is a vibe. This is a vibe. He's doing his thing.
All right, I'm gonna definitely tap into this. I was gonna say it sounded like a copy and pasted Benson song, and I also heard "I Want Peace" by Ruger. I heard that from that song.
Yeah. That's they all have that little bag where I feel like this is what Rema's talking about, where it's like they all kind of sound like, but it's sometimes you still catch a vibe. So I'm not hating on it. Did it first, Ice Spice, Central C, Y2K the album. Ice Spice, all the Munches unite. You know what I'm saying? The album rollout has started. What'd you think of the song? Did you like it?
This is the Ice Spice and Central C song. No, it was terrible. I actually thought it was garbage. I think it's one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my life. I would make it comparable. Y'all remember that French Montana run I was on when I was hating on French Montana? I might start doing that with Ice Spice because this is garbage, bro. Like there's not a good bar on here. There isn't a good word on here. The beat trash. The way you probably haven't seen any of the marketing media stuff that Central C has been doing with like his ex-girlfriend and Ice Spice and all that.
I've seen some of it.
That's garbage. Like I don't know what they're trying to do, but the whole outlook of Ice Spice and the Central C, I don't want it. I don't want no projects. I don't want no music. I don't want no sounds. This was not a vibe. Y'all can keep it. You heard it here first.
We're talking about it though. That's like I agree with everything you said about the song. It was not good. All of Central C's, I won't say all of them. There's a couple, but 85% of Central C's girl records sound the same. They all sound the same. And so like I was expecting, I knew this was coming. And the marketing around it is more for like Central C understands what it does for you perception wise to have a famous girl on your arm or to have a famous girl a part of your story or whatever, right? And I'm not mad at him for leaning into it. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the music from Central C that I get is still good. So do the BS to get people to watch you. But if the music is good, bro, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? This song I won't go back to, but Central C getting this look after the little baby look and then the album rollout that I know is coming, you know what I'm saying? Like this album's about to be so big. It's about to be so big, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'll say. The song wasn't good, but that is a fact. On the radar, Freestyles, Big Sean, you know what I'm saying? On the radar is doing something they bring in back like just bars. You know what I'm saying? Common was on there freestyling. I seen Common freestyling a cappella. I quoted it and said, yo, Common in a bucket hat rapping a cappella. This feels right. That tweet went crazy. It just feels right. You know what I'm saying? What did you think of Big Sean on the radar? I didn't hear this yet. I kept seeing Kendrick Lamar controversy and stuff. Tell me what I should know.
I think it was really good, to be honest. I feel like Big Sean is one of those artists that's been so consistent. It's almost like you forget about him in a way. Like it's like, most of the stuff he's going to put out is quality. The bars he's going to come with are hard, but it's like, we know what you're going to come out with. Like that's how niggas be treating him, I feel like. And I feel like he really came hard on this record. Oh my God, pause, God. Yeah, okay. I feel like he had good presence on this record, and I feel like I do agree with you that I like what On the Radar is doing. It gives me a very like sway vibe, but in their own way, like a very
Rhapsody, yeah,
Rhapsody,
yeah.
yeah, like all that. Like it gives me a very like old school rap vibe when they do this. They're trying to do it in a new school way. I really like this. I think one of some of my favorite bars on here. Um, he said, "It's shooters that'll shoot you regardless if Metro trusts you. Paid in full, nigga like me. Love the hustle." Y'all get that one because I love the game, love the hustle, like getting
Oh
paid in
yeah.
full. Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I just thought I'd
yeah.
break that down for y'all. Just
Okay,
like
there
I'm
you
a
go.
piano.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bro, that is my favorite clip
That
of this
clip, that
entire
clip's gonna
podcast.
that clip's gonna go crazy. That clip's gonna go crazy. But go ahead.
That is okay. That is one of my favorite clips ever. But that one, and then he also was talking about Kanye on here. He said niggas looking for an engagement like they got their knee bent. Oh wait, no, that one was about Kendrick. But he said something about matching tattoos because Kanye has a matching tattoo with Lil Uzi and Steve Lacy, which I didn't even know that, but. Yeah, but he was coming. I'm not gonna lie, he was coming at Kendrick neck on this. I feel like
Was he?
maybe, yeah, he had a couple bars on here that you could tell were at him. Like the bar I was just talking about, the niggas got their knee bent, niggas looking for engagement. That was talking about like him and Whitney being engaged for that long period of time. Like he was talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he came on here and said difference is I'm an activist and you drink activist. There was a couple songs that people were pointing to that Kendrick had talked about, like drinking lean and like stuff like that. So they were saying that was about him. And yeah, I mean there was a lot of stuff. Like I feel like
Big Sean, AJ here. Listen, a couple years ago there was a little tune. I don't know if you heard it. It's called Control. You were on it. You were on it. You were on it. You know what I'm saying? Couple other songs. It was a little series. A little something called The Heart. You know what I'm saying? You got some bars on there too. If you're trying to come at Kendrick, after this, bro, there were so many people like, yo, Big Sean dropped this week because Kendrick was going nuts. Like, I feel like if there's any time he shouldn't do this, it's this year. If that's true, I don't even know if this stuff is like this stuff could clearly be Kendrick, but I hope it isn't, bro. You push the whole album rollout.
Yeah. I mean, and the thing is, they shouldn't be trying to mess with Kendrick right now. We talked about it. The Drake killer, OK Lamar, like K Dot, like came on a song and started with Euphoria. You know how much of a stamp that is. Just I'm y'all are talking all this shit. Y'all are saying all this and all that, and it's just Euphoria. Like that is an insane concept. Can't mess with Kendrick. Leave him alone.
Okay, I'm gonna go tap in with that and tell you what I think in regards to if it's at Kendrick or not. We'll see. I don't know if he that bold though. Whatever. I do want to say next week I'm gonna get into the Zakari album. Zakari has been on. He dropped an album, and bro, I think it's so dope when an artist is on every hook and every feature, and then they go to do their first project, and they can just the features that they got on here, like the Blast song is crazy, the Isaiah Rashad song is crazy. I haven't made it through the whole thing. There's a Ty Dolla $ign song there that's all right, but I'm gonna listen to it because it's like, bro, once you put in that much work and you do that many hooks, you worked with that many people, you had that many smash hits. Like, bro's first like introduction was Love with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
And this is his first album.
I didn't even know this came out. I'm glad because it wasn't that me that said what did Zakari do? Who was that? Who was that?
That was you. And then I came back and I was like, yo, he's the hook. He's the R&B hook. So yeah, that project I want to listen to. And then there was one more that I haven't listened to Eminem, and I don't know if I'm going to. I'm just prefacing with that. There was one more album I wanted to listen to that I just haven't been able to click on yet. Anyway, you got any singles for us this week, man?
Okay, I got a couple. Okay, so I hope that I'm going to go back and look. Hopefully, I didn't already give this song out. You know what? I'm gonna just leave it just in case I did. I'm gonna just leave it because I don't even want to deal with it. I don't want to renege. That's what we call it in Spades. But my song this week, shout out to Spotify for the random suggestions, because sometimes they'll give you some quality. Most of the time they'll give you some garbage. But this week I got Step to Me by Fabo and Solection. Crazy vibe. That's what it is. Solection. Okay. Yeah. Solection. Crazy vibe on here. Insane pocket. I feel like Fabo is such an underrated R&B artist for how much you said he wrote for people and how many songs he's had a hand in. So I feel like that's one of those people need to go check out. And I'll go something off that Lucky Day project. That's You by Lucky Day. This song was crazy. Whole Lucky Day project, I'm gonna keep pumping it just because I was the first one to come here and be like, I don't know if I liked it. So gotta be as loud with your respect as you are with the disrespect. So That's You by Lucky Day. And Step to Me by Fabo and Selection. Go check them out.
Selection is a dope music R&B type of platform. You should go check them out. Check out the Boiler Room sets. The founder is Joe K. He's great. All right, I'm about to die over here, but we're gonna give you the singles. We're gonna get out of here. My friend was sending me like old soul songs the other day, and I got into that bag for a bit. So, Yearning for Your Love, the Gap Band. I found out about this song. I'm about to take y'all somewhere and come back. I found out about this song on a Seven Streeters song. Seven Streeters sampled this song. And the beat, you know when you remember a song and you're like, oh, that's hard, and you go listen to it again and it's not hard. Yearning by Seven Streeter, not it. The beat on the last 20 seconds is what I remembered. But I went to listen to it again. I'm like, oh, this is not good. But this is the sample. The sample by the Gap Band, it's good. Yearning for Your Love. 2. I'm digging right now. I'm trying to give y'all content that nobody's giving people. So Vibrant Thing by Q-Tip. You just a vibrant thing. You just a vibrant. That's that shit. That's all I got. That's all I got for y'all. Next week, what we gonna give y'all? This is the preview. I like this part where you like, oh, stay tuned. This is the cliffhanger. You know what I'm saying? Top 10 street. Yo, who are the top 10 streaming artists of June? We're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Does Lil Baby have a redemption arc? Is he coming back? You know what I'm saying? Is he going band from band? You know what I'm saying? What's happening? Will Drake continue to be at the top? Who's actually listening to Eminem? Is Future a top 5 rapper right now? He might be. Young dope dealer selling dope. Is you like that? Tune in to episode 64 of the Rhythm Rise podcast. We'll see y'all next week.
See y'all next week, man. I said man really weird. See y'all next week.
Hey.